bit strange, but here we are. Okay guys, I guess I'm back online. I guess. Hi. Wow. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. So where have I been? What have I been up to? What's been going on? Like, life has been lifing. What's actually been happening? We're getting into all of that in today's video, guys. So stick around, grab your cup of tea, biscuits, if it's lunchtime when you're watching this, if it's dinner time, just get comfortable, because we're gonna get into what's been happening with me in 2021, basically. So let's get into it. Hi guys, it's Chuma here, back with another video in over a year. Yeah, I realized that my last post was in the autumn, or the I want to say Q3 of 2020. Was probably my last post. I kind of like was in my stride with my wedding series. You guys came along, did wedding dress shopping with me. I was in my stride with like planning. Yeah. And then things happened, and then 2020. Oh, okay, I have to close the window now because that banging. There's one banging outside, so I had to close the window. But I wanted like the sound of outside without being outside, and obviously that didn't work out. So if you're still hearing the banging, it is what it is, and it's London town. Basically. So yeah, 2021 I was pretty much MIA. There was a lot going on, so I will update you guys on everything that's been happening with me in 2021. You would have got glimpses of it, of course, if you follow me on Instagram. So you would have seen a lot of things happening. I was probably posting and sharing more in my stories, more in Instagram than like doing a video for you guys, or videos for you guys here on YouTube. So I know that I've neglected you guys. I know there's so many people in my comments asking me questions, people missing me, wondering when I'm gonna like have a video out again. So hopefully this video is one that will give you guys hope that I am back, and I'm not making promises, but I really just want to be more committed to being here and providing more content for you guys. But obviously you need to know what's been going on. So I would say like the beginning of 2021, we just got back, me and my now husband. Because if you follow me on Instagram, then you know she's married now. Yeah, so me and my husband got back from a trip to Zambia. So I took him over there for the very first time, and it was a low-key trip. It was very much a trip that was bittersweet. I know that I needed to make this trip. I lost my uncle at the end of November, beginning of December. So I heard the news that we lost him suddenly. It wasn't expected. He wasn't ill or anything. He just came down with like flu-like symptoms, and then the next minute he wasn't here anymore. And it was a shock to all of us, to the family, and like it was just a lot already emotionally. But I know that we needed to make that trip, because especially for my husband, before we got married, I needed him to really truly know and understand where I come from. And although like we lost my uncle, he was essentially one of the last elders that would be there to have a conversation with him, to let him know about who my father was and who our people are and where we come from. Like, he had those full stories. Like, I've had summaries of that, but he was that person that was going to do that for him. So that's why it was a bit a sweet trip, because I really, really wanted for us to be able to make that trip so that he could have that opportunity with him. And unfortunately, that was taken away. But nevertheless, like, being able to go to Zambia with him, and him being around like my family, and him being able to see where I come from and our country and how beautiful it was, obviously he fell in love. So it was just really nice for him to be able to experience that, you know. And as much as we were grieving at the same time with family, we also did get to enjoy spending some time together. So that was really nice. So and we also did start to get into wedding planning a bit. That was also the excitement of, you know, I've always wanted to have this wedding in Zambia, and we were looking for venues. Like, we went there with the plan of venues, like found a wedding planner, like we even knew, you know, the cake woman that was going to be doing our cake and met up with her. Like, so we made some moves there in terms of like, right, okay, we even set a date, guys. So we were going to plan to get married in Zambia in November 2021. That was going to be the plan. Ha! Our friends. As soon as we got back to London, it felt like a whole completely different world, because in Zambia, like, things were free, like we were going around, obviously like COVID's about, but like, yeah, even like making the trip there was, oh, it's a whole different video in itself in terms of like traveling to Zambia or traveling anywhere during a pandemic. If you know, you know. If you've traveled, then you know. But yeah, so in terms of like the making it back here, and then when we got back in January, we got back into lockdown because the UK was in lockdown. So we got back into lockdown and everything shut down, and then Zambia was on the red list like immediately after that. And then real red list, like you have to pay big money if you're going to be going there and coming back. So it wasn't going to be realistic for us to think that, you know, we could plan a wedding and then like expect our friends and family here to like travel to Zambia when we didn't know like when the red list was going to be lifted or anything. So it kind of like, when I came here and got into lockdown, I literally shut down, because part of me was still grieving. Another part was I had all this excitement of at least like there's something to look forward to for everybody. Because everybody was like, we just need something, like we need a happy moment, and this was going to be it. And it's kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, that's not going to be it anymore. It kind of just, I shut down. I was really like, what's the point, you know, in doing anything? So I kind of just got back, not really moved with like plans or anything. I was just going to see how it was going to go in terms of like the days. I just focused on work and all of that. And then come Easter, again, we were still in lockdown. We lost my cousin. And she's a close cousin here in the UK. There aren't a lot of us in terms of family here in the UK. So that again was really hard. So having to deal with and manage with grief and loss 2 times over was really challenging. And I felt like this is when I really got into adulthood in terms of adulting, because it was just me and my other cousins. Like we had lost my auntie and my uncle you know, years ago. So it was just for us as the only family members that my late cousin had to be able to manage her everything, like her funeral, her stuff, her finances. Like obviously her sisters, my other cousins, took care of that. But it was just, it just hit me. I was like, I've never had to help plan a funeral. I've never had to help like write a eulogy and then be able to deliver a eulogy at a funeral before. So yeah, that was all a lot of adulting at the beginning of 2021. So I think I shut down in terms of like only being visible on Instagram here and there, but people didn't really know like what was happening, what was going on. So how to like deal and manage with grief. I kind of, you always feel like, oh, if you've lost people earlier on in life, that you have more of a capacity or ability to be able to still deal with grief and loss. But most of the time when, you know, you lose someone, it's not just for yourself that you grieve for, it's you grieve for their loved ones as well, who they were close to. And I felt for my cousins, because my older cousin, my late cousin, she was the one that brought them up. She was the one that took care of them here. So she was the matriarch of that family. And we're not a lot of us here, like I said before. So it was really a hard hit for us to have to be able to go through. Yeah, so that happened. Okay. And then during lockdown, I'm working, I'm minding my own business. I started noticing like small rashes on my face started to appear. And I was like, oh, what's this? You know, you ignore these things, And then it started building and building and building. And I was like, what? So I called the GP. Obviously, during lockdown, GPs weren't seeing you. You just had to send them videos or send them pictures of like what your condition was. So it was kind of like the way my skin was. It's like it started off with as a rash, and then it would dry out and it would flake, and then it would like create a pigmented mark, leave a mark there, and then it would eventually fade. So I was like, oh, what is this? So I ended up calling the GP, and then they prescribed it as a fungal infection on my skin. So you get fungal infections, and I don't know whether it's like lack of vitamin D, lack of whatever it was, I was being attacked. I don't know whether on top of that it was because of everything else that was happening. I don't know whether it was stress related or anything like that. And here he comes, because he doesn't know that I was supposed to be filming today. They prescribed me like a cream to put on. That's how pretty much I was managing it. But it got really, really bad at one point, guys. Literally like my whole face like was unrecognizable. Like, I'll show you this video. Like, I was like, what is actually going on? And I just like felt helpless. And I think for me, like when I feel helpless, like I don't seek help. So I didn't go to a dermatologist or anything like that, or a specialist, like a skin specialist. I kind of like, even still now, I still just manage it. It comes from time to time. And I was just hoping throughout like the rest of the year that it wouldn't come to disturb me on like the big days. So you'll notice in the videos that I put out, especially like the kitchen party video and the wedding video, like I still have on my neckline or here, it's a lot darker than anywhere else, and that's because of like the skin infection that I had, and there's no way of getting out of it. It's just kind of fade when it fades. It fades a lot more or a lot better on my face, so it's not as noticeable. When it comes, you see it, but you know, when it fades, it kind of fades out really quickly. Whereas for some reason, I really got attacked on my neck to where now it's taking a lot longer to kind of like fade out in terms of like my pigmentation. So my neck is a lot darker than anywhere else. So if you're wondering like what's going on with that, it's because of my skin condition that I now have, which I need to figure out, but still here. Yeah, just managing it basically. It's hard as well to like schedule an appointment with the dermatologist when it comes and goes. Like it will come for a few days and I'll use the cream and then it'll fade out. So I just need to manage that a bit better, to be quite honest with you. So that's what was happening. But in the midst of lockdown as well, like while we were still in lockdown, I was doing a whole bunch of cooking, just occupying my mind, like just trying to stay focused on doing something. I picked up candle making. I was furloughed at work in 2020, so that's when I learned and started picking up candle making. So I just continued with like just practicing with that and like upskilling with like making candles and stuff, and I actually ended up making all the candles that we had as favors for the kitchen party. That was all me. I made bubble candles. See if I still got some around, but yeah, that was on me, child. I made those bubble candles, so that was a lot of fun. Took a lot of energy, took a lot of work, but I made that happen. And then finally we saw some kind of freedom. So I feel like the tail end of like May, June, when Boris announced that we were going to be out of lockdown, things were lifting, especially from like a getting married perspective. We were like, okay, we can make things happen. Like larger gatherings were going on, because the thing is, like, I've always wanted to do a kitchen party here in the UK, and then, you know, the white wedding was going to be in Zambia, but we were always going to do like, you do a registry, right? So you can do that in Zambia if you kind of fill out the right paperwork, but we kind of wanted to still do like the registry here. So when we got the like lift off of, right, okay, things are opening in June, that's when we started getting a bit freer, going out and so on, just living life. I think that's when we kind of said, okay, let's go. Literally from then, things started happening. So I also did like one stint of like 4 weeks of juicing, because I had to offload some of this lockdown weight that I had. One of my friends was having her traditional wedding as well in July, and I had to work to get back into my dress because I had got my dress made. So it's lace that I got from her. I got it made. And I got it made in 2020, like the beginning of 2020, because that's when her wedding was going to be, her traditional wedding. And child was as the same weight that I was in 2020 that I was in 2021. No ma'am. So I put myself on a juicing diet. So I juiced all of the month so I could at least come into a fittable state to be in this dress. I made it. It was a beautiful traditional wedding. Absolutely loved it. And that kind of sparked my like excitement as well for getting married, for planning my own kitchen party and the wedding as well. I was just like, we can actually do this. Like, outside is open now. We can do it. Go, 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 go. So that's how we just kind of like started planning. And we literally, from the time that Boris said, okay, go in June, we had about 3 months to plan a kitchen party and a registry wedding, which was a little bit mad. Like I'm even now to this day, I'm like, how did we do that? But we managed because, listen, I have a village behind me. If I didn't know I had a village behind me, I know now, because the people that came and supported us and helped us in so many different ways, I'm just so grateful and thankful. Like, we did it. We absolutely did it. So I definitely will be sharing more with you guys about the planning process for both like the kitchen party and the registry wedding. So look out for those videos. Of course, I'll be sharing the videos of the big days themselves. So those videos will be coming as well. So I'm really, really excited to share with you guys. So in terms of like what's to come, naturally, you guys know this is a natural hair care and style channel. And I know that transitioning into a new phase in my life, there's gonna be like so many things I'm gonna be doing and getting into, and I feel like I want to be able to expand my channel in that way. So it is just gonna be more lifestyle. Like, I will still give you guys hair content. Sorry, I haven't been on camera for such a long time, so I keep looking at my screen at myself instead of to you guys. It is what it is. Yes, I will be, see how I get distracted. Anyway, I will be giving you guys more of me and the things that I'm into and stuff, as opposed to just hair, because I feel like I do have like DIY stuff like I like to be able to share. You know, I'll let you guys know how I do my press on nails, for example, because press on nails for life. What? Just living life as a wife, all of that stuff, like planning things on your own and doing things and DIYing and all of that kind of stuff. Kind of just want to get into it. Candle making, everything that I'm basically into. And I hope that you guys rock with me through it. I hope that you guys enjoy the content. Also, let me know what you guys would want to be able to see as well. I've got some stories about bad tailors, those tailors that didn't do what we needed them to do, didn't understand the assignment, what you ordered versus what you got. Check out that video. That video will be coming soon. That video, you guys will laugh so hard. You will laugh. Anyway. I've got a lot coming, guys. So I just want to be able to keep up the energy, and then yeah, just keep doing what I'm doing, because honestly, like, I love making videos. Like, genuinely missed being on YouTube. Like, and I felt like a fraud last year when I got invited to the YouTube Black event. And I was like, I know I still have a channel, but I haven't posted in over a year and I'm still getting invited. But that also gave me the motivation to come back and be like, okay, Chuma, you need to get yourself together again. You know you can do this. Like, this is something you can do. So yeah, I'm back, guys. I'm really, really excited. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, because my new year has started in February officially. So I can still tell you that. Happy New Year. And I'm just like really excited and looking forward to sharing all of those moments with you guys that we had last year, and yeah, just keeping it going for whatever is to come for 2022. So I'm really excited. I hope you guys are too. I will get back into the comments to reply to some people because I know I've ghosted everybody. So yeah, if I haven't already replied to your comments, I will for sure be doing that as well. I'm just like slowly getting back into it. But this was the first step, guys. This was like, I need to get in front of the camera, I need to film, and I need to tell you guys what's been going on. I don't think I've missed anything there. I think I touched on everything, and I hope I touched on everything concisely. Straight to the pointly. So until the next video, guys, take care, all the best, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, bye.